And it is the World Series. Here in 2028, the Reds have returned to their third consecutive World Series. Let's take you back to 2026 Reds-Rays World Series. The Reds won their first World Championship since 1990. 2027, Trout, Harper, Angels versus Reds in the World Series. The Angels were victorious in 5 after back-to-back walk-off victories in that World Series. And now here we are, 2028, the third consecutive World Series appearance for the Reds, and they will be taking on the 91-win Baltimore Orioles, of course, from the American League East. And this is a good Orioles team. They still have, of course, the face of the franchise, Gunnar Henderson. Well, the other face of the franchise, Adley Rutschman, is no longer here in Baltimore. Instead, they have the other catcher from the DC metro area. I'm talking about Keibert Ruiz, my guy. A long time ago, I might have said it on the channel like 2 years ago, Keibert Ruiz is going to have a better career than Adley Rutschman ever would have. I was obviously mistaken by that. Now, that's just the Nationals fan in me, but Keibert Ruiz is catching for the Orioles, and really Gunner's one of their only main pieces of this young Orioles core that's still here. Heston Kjerstad's still here as well, but you'll see the lineup as we get going in today's game. Hunter Green's making the start tonight for the Reds. He's been phenomenal in the postseason so far in start number 3. We will likely see Jose Urquidy, I think, for game number 2. I think he'll have enough rest to get back for that game, so we will see. Green's gonna get a fly out of Jake McCarthy to start this game off, and now a ground out of Harold Ramirez. So McCarthy and Ramirez batting in the 1 and 2 for the Orioles, batting .404 and .310 respectfully, and now they got Geraldo Perdomo, who's batting .281 to single into right field. Here is Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar, though, gonna get popped out to Spencer Steer. Hunter Green gonna get out this first inning unscathed. Let's go on to the bottom of the first. Kyle Bradish will be pitching for the O's. ERA of 2.82 over 22 and a third innings pitched so far in the postseason. This will be his 5th start of the playoffs. The Orioles have played a lot more games than the Reds have up until this point. Here comes Ellie De La Cruz on the 1-1. Will he have the first hit of this 2028 World Series for the Reds? He will. It's a bunt single. Getting it going for Bryce Harper, who has really turned around in the last couple days in the postseason. Ellie swipes second, so Harper with the runner in scoring position on the full count. Bryce, though, will strike out on that Bradish slider. 2 down for Yordan Alvarez, the hero of Game 6 of the NLCS. 2 home runs to give the Reds the victory. He walks Francisco Alvarez, though, in the 2-2. Look at Alvarez go. He's been very good here in the postseason. The former Mets catcher has the Reds on the board here in Game 1 of the World Series. 1-0 with Alvarez's RBI single. Matt Olson now gonna hit one hard to first. It's batted down by Harold Ramirez. Bradish is not there to cover first. Olson's on with an infield single. 2-0 Reds. Will Benson, though, strikes out on the fastball up, but Cincinnati has taken a 2-0 lead. And here comes Hunter Green. He'll strike out Keibert Ruiz. Willie Castro on the 2-1. Gonna elevate that fastball into right field, but there is Bryce Harper. 2 outs for the 7 spot. Jake Fraley, the former Cincinnati Red, will strike out on the circle change away as we go to the bottom of the second. Bradish strikes out Spencer Steer on a slider. Matt McLain steps into the box. He has been very bad in the playoffs, batting .138, but again, we've talked about it. Can't really replace him because the replacement is Esteury Ruiz, who has his own problems at the plate. TJ Friedl gets on with the single, but Ellie De La Cruz strikes out on a slider. We move to the top of the third. Kjerstad up for the O's. He's going to fly that ball into left field, but Will Benson going to the foul line will make the play. 1 down for Braden Taylor. Taylor going to bounce one to Matt Olson. Olson tags the bag at first. 2 down for Jake McCarthy on the 1-2 pitch. Again, there's a reason this guy's batting .404 coming into this game. He has a hit in his first of the World Series. He'll be on first with his 97 speed for the former Tampa Bay Ray in Harold Ramirez, but Ramirez grounds out to Spencer Steer at third. Bryce Harper leads off the bottom of the third, and on the full count, he will walk. Bryce on first for Yordan Alvarez. Alvarez knocked Harper in twice in game number 6. He might have just done it right here. There we go. Alvarez will get to second with a double as Harper gets into third. Second and third, no outs for Cincinnati. for Francisco Alvarez. Alvarez, he drove in a run in the first inning. This time, Alvarez goes into deep right. It will be caught at the wall by Heston Kjerstad, but Bryce Harper tags, and Alvarez goes to third. It's an RBI and a sac fly for Francisco Alvarez as Matt Olson gonna knock one into left field. That ball gets down. Yordan Alvarez was waiting, but he will score. 4-0 Reds. Matt Olson advanced to second on a passed ball. Will Benson walks. First and second, one out, and a horrible looking swing by Spencer Steer. 2 down for Matt McLain. McLain gonna blast that one far into deep right center field. Going to it will be Jake McCarthy though, and again his 97 speed puts away McLain to end the inning. Geraldo Perdomo leads off the top of the fourth by knocking that hit into right field. He should be on with extra bases, and he will be in with a double to lead things off. But again, the O's now down by 4. Gunnar Henderson on the 1-1 hits one up the middle. That might be their first run of the World Series. Henderson drives it into center, and scoring will be Perdomo. It is now 4-1 as the Orioles respond. Still with no outs, Keibert Ruiz in the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball. 1 down now for Willie Castro on the 1-1 pitch. Castro goes up the middle. That ball is going to get through. So just like that, I understand it's the 4th inning, but tying run will be heading to the plate as Gunnar Henderson gets to third. First and third, 1 out for the former Red. Jake Fraley, swing and a miss. Green, fastball up and away. Kjerstad on the 2-2, got him as well. Strike 3 on the slider. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Reds still with a 3-run lead, only limiting the damage to 1 as TJ Friedl flies out into left field. 1 gone for Elly De La Cruz. Elly barely puts the bat on the ball, but that's kind of like his bunt single. De La Cruz is on first. So runner on first, 1 out, and that'll do it for Bradish. Reliever in already for Baltimore is Ty Madden, ERA of about 7 so far in the postseason. They go slide step to try to get De La Cruz, but he still gets second. So he's on second base with a stolen bag. Bryce Harper down to right field. That ball, it's going to be taken away. Thought Harper had a single. Instead, De La Cruz going to the plate, and they double up the Reds. All the credit in the world for the American League All-Star Willie Castro with the diving play to take one away from Bryce Harper, and then the throw to home doubles up the Reds. But now the Reds might have a double play of their own. McCarthy safe at first, but a diving play by Matt McLain gets the lead runner at second base, but the Orioles continue to hit. Harold Ramirez knocks one to left field, but we get Jake McCarthy going to third, trying to advance. So this is the style of ball the Orioles play. Fast-paced, trying to always advance on everything. It costs them right there as Yordan Alvarez hits one 107 off the bat up the middle, but that play will be made by Gunnar Henderson. Of course, in the shift, Francisco Alvarez strikes out on a fastball up, bringing in Matt Olson, who's 2 for 2. Olson, though, will get under that fastball, and Jake McCarthy is under it in center field. We go to the 6th inning. Hunter Green's done his 5 innings. Now we go to the bullpen, and the National League All-Star this season, DeAndre Wilder. He's only gotten 1 out so far in this postseason just because we haven't really needed our bullpen at all because our starting pitching has been that good to get us to the 8th and 9th innings where, hell, we have our 2 relievers, our setup man Felix Bautista, the former Oriole, and then our closer Garrett Crochet. Well, DeAndre Wilder goes 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th, bringing on the bottom of the 6th for the Reds. Will Benson gonna sharply fly out into left field. That man's luck has been horrible as of late. Shout out to Dylan Cruz, robbing him twice in the NLCS. Spencer Steer lines out up the middle. Matt McLain on the 1-1 hits one into right field. There you go. McLain gonna bust out of his slump right there, and that's gonna be extra bases for the second baseman. 81 speed going to second. Will he round it? No. McLain stays put at second with a 2-out double. TJ Friedl with a chance to knock him in. He might do exactly that into left field. They were playing in the left fielder by a mile. Throws off line though by Jake Fraley. Runner safe at home is McLain. Friedl takes second. It's an RBI single to make this game 5-1 for the Reds as we go to the top of the 7th. Here comes the lefty, Gregory Soto. Soto will first see Jake Fraley from Baltimore. That one goes up the middle, and Elly De La Cruz is going to take it away. And Fraley, though, is safe. An infield single for Fraley brings up Heston Kjerstad, but there is strike 3. They say he went on the sinker. Braden Taylor now, they say he went as well. Strike 3 on the fastball in. Jake McCarthy now in the 1-1 at lines one hard in the left, but straight to Will Benson. We move on to the bottom of the 7th inning. Ty Madden still pitching for Baltimore. Bryce Harper, though, strikes out. Francisco Alvarez in the 2-1 hits one hard into center field, but Jake McCarthy, again, he's got so much speed out there. He's probably going to get to a lot lot of those balls in center field. He gets that one. Yordan flies out as Francisco Alvarez grounds out. To the top of the 8th, we go to Michael Kopech, 4.91 ERA so far in the postseason. He's been the third guy out the bullpen for Cincinnati in this postseason, of course, behind Bautista and his former White Sox teammate in Garrett Crochet. But right there, Harold Ramirez is going to have another hit in this game. He puts one into right center field, and Ramirez is on with a leadoff double for the O's. Bringing in Perdomo on the 2-1 pitch. He's going to fly one there, pop one into the seats, it seems, but Matt Olson, oh, he takes it away. First out here at the top of the 8th, Gunnar Henderson on the 2-2, hits one hard into right field. Bryce Harper going back. Can he get there? He will. Wow. I thought that one was going to get over the head of Bryce Harper. Instead, Henderson flies out into right. Keibert Ruiz is 0 for 3. He will now be 0 for 4, hitting one on the ground to Elly De La Cruz. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Leading things off for the Reds is Matt Olson. He's 2 for 3, now 2 for 4. Ty Madden, by the way, has been the only Baltimore reliever so far since they removed Bradish from this game, and Madden's done pretty well, only giving up that one run on the TJ Friedel single in the left. However, his team's down by 4, and now they see the Reds closer in Garrett Crochet. Not a save situation, but again, you're trying to win World Series games, so he's going to come out and pitch. He'll strike out Willie Castro. Jake Fraley on the 3-2 pitch will walk, so runner on first with one out for Heston Kjerstad on the 1-2 pitch. Ball up the middle, right to Crochet. Crochet to De La Cruz. De La Cruz to Olson, and that does it for game number 1 of the World Series here in 2028. The Reds take down the Baltimore Orioles here in game number 1 by a score of 5-1. A pretty dominant performance from pillar to post for Cincinnati, as again, they take care of the Orioles pretty easily here in game number 1, but I think this series is going to be a lot tougher than this game just showed. So folks, thank y'all for watching episode number 99 of the Cincinnati Reds franchise mode here on MLB The Show 24. If you haven't yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you are enjoying the series so far. Give us thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.